Hi, good day. So for today, we are going to talk about the carbonyl functional groups. Carbonyl functional groups are functional groups in organic compounds which consist of C double bond O. This C double bond O here is read as carbonyl. Now, just like in our past discussions, before we give name to an organic compound with carbonyl functional group, there are actually two things that we need to do first. Number one, we need to count all the carbon atoms in that organic compound. And number two, we need to determine the carbon number 1 in that organic compound. The terminal side, which is nearest to the functional group, will be the carbon number 1. Say for example, this is our hypothetical functional group A. Now this hypothetical functional group A is actually nearest to this side than this side. In this molecule, we have two terminal sides, this one and this one. Okay, now between these two terminal sides here, which one is nearest to our hypothetical functional group? Obviously, this is the side nearest to the hypothetical functional group. And therefore, this will be our carbon number 1, then this is carbon number 2, 3, and 4. Now later, I am going to use also terms like middle carbon and terminal carbon. What are these? When I say terminal carbon, these are the carbon atoms that can be found on the terminal side of an organic molecule. So say for example, this is our organic molecule. Our terminal carbon atoms here are this one and this one, the carbon number 1 and carbon number 4. On the other hand, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3, because they are not found on the terminal side, they are actually known as the middle carbon. Now, another thing that we should be reminded of are the names of alkanes. Remember that the names of alkanes are based on the number of carbon atoms that they have. Like for example, if an alkane has one carbon atom, then its name is methane. If it's 2, that's ethane. If it's 3, that's propane. If it's 4, that's butane. If it's 5, that's pentane, and so on and so forth. Now, these alkanes will serve as our parent chains in the organic compounds that we are going to give names later. Now, what are the 5 major carbonyl functional groups? For our first carbonyl functional group, let's have here the ketone. Ketone is primarily used as an organic solvent. Probably one of the most familiar ketone to you is the acetone, which is used as a nail polish remover. Ketones can also be found in some sugars like fructose. Ketone is actually the simplest type of carbonyl functional group. Its functional group is just a simple and plain C double bond O that can be found in the middle carbon. Take note that C double bond O can be found in the middle carbon in ketone. Now, the name of ketone follows the format alkane minus E, we're just going to eliminate the last E in alkane name, plus -one, the suffix -one. For example, let's have here a molecule which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, and therefore our alkane here is butane. Okay, that's butane minus E. Now, take note that the C double bond O, this one, okay, can be found in the middle carbon. It is not found on the terminal carbon. Okay. Now, in this compound, we have here two terminal sides, this side and this side. And among these two sides, which one is nearest to our C double bond O or to our ketone group? Obviously, this ketone group here is nearest to this side than this side, and therefore this will be our carbon number 1. Then this is the carbon number 2 that bears the C double bond O. This is the carbon number 3 and carbon number 4. And if we're going to follow this format of naming, then we will have here butane minus E plus -one or butanone. Okay, and we're just going to add the carbon number where your C double bond O is actually attached, and that is the carbon number 2. That's why the name of this compound is 2-butanone. 2 because our C double bond O or our ketone group is found at carbon number 2. Another example is this one, a molecule which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 carbon atoms, and therefore its alkane or parent chain is octane minus E plus -one. Now take note that our C double bond O or our ketone group here, this one, is nearest to this side than this side. We have here two terminal sides, this side and this side. However, this C double bond O is nearest to this side, therefore this will be our carbon number 1, then number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and if we are going to follow this naming, this format in naming, then we can have here octane minus E plus one, and that is octanone. And its complete name is actually 4-octanone, which means that the one part or the ketone part, the C double bond O part, can be found at carbon number 4 of an octane molecule. Now, what if, for example, our C double bond O cannot be found in our middle carbon, but rather it can be found in the terminal carbon? Is that still a ketone? No. Instead, that is another carbonyl functional group, which is now known as aldehyde. Aldehydes are used in making perfumes and in preserving dead bodies. In fact, one chemical that is used in preserving dead bodies, named formalin, primarily consists of formaldehyde, a type of aldehyde. Also, aldehydes can be found in some sugars like glucose and galactose. The functional group of aldehyde is just like in ketone, C double bond O. But unlike the ketone, the C double bond O in aldehyde can be found in the terminal carbon, in any of the terminal carbon atoms that we have. The name of aldehyde follows the format alkane minus E plus al. Again, that's alkane minus E plus al. For example, let's have here an organic compound with 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, and therefore its parent chain is butane. Okay, obviously this one is an aldehyde because our C double bond O, this one, can be found at the terminal side of this molecule. Remember that we have here two terminal sides, this side and this side. Now this C double bond O can be found at carbon number 1. And therefore, the name of this compound is, that's butane minus E plus al, and that's 1-butanal. 1 because our C double bond O can be found at carbon number 1. And take note that in aldehyde, the carbon atom that bears the C double bond O will always be the carbon number 1. Okay? For the second example, let's have here this molecule, this organic compound, which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 carbon atoms, and therefore its parent chain is octane. So that's octane minus E plus al. Now take note that your C double bond O here can be found at carbon number 1. And again, the carbon atom that bears the C double bond O in aldehyde will always be the carbon number 1. So in this case, the name of this compound is 1-octanal. Now what if, for example, our C double bond O can be found at the terminal side? But aside from C double bond O, the same carbon atom that bears the C double bond O also bears the OH group or the alcohol group, like this one. What if, for example, our C double bond O in terminal side also bears, or the same carbon atom that bears the C double bond O also bears the OH group? Is this still called aldehyde? No, but this time we are now going to call it a carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid is an important ingredient in many food and cosmetic products. In fact, one type of carboxylic acid named ethanoic acid or acetic acid can be found in vinegar. Now, just like the aldehyde, the functional group of carboxylic acid is C double bond O. But this time, the same carbon atom that bears the double bond O also bears an alcohol group or an OH group. Okay, the name of the carboxylic acid follows the format alkane minus E plus oic acid. Again, that's alkane minus E plus oic acid. For example, let's have here this molecule. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4. It consists of 4 carbon atoms, and therefore, its parent chain is butane. So that's butane minus E plus, because we have here C carbon atom that bears the double bond O, and the same carbon atom bears the OH group, then this one is actually a carboxylic acid. Our suffix here would be oic acid, and therefore the name of this compound is 1-butanoic acid. 1 because our C double bond O here can be found at carbon number 1. Now take note that in carboxylic acid, the carbon that bears the C double bond OOH or the carboxylic acid group will always be the carbon number 1. In this case, this is actually the carbon atom that bears the C double bond OOH, and therefore this will be the carbon number 1. Then 2, 3, and 4. Okay, for our next example, let's have here a molecule which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms, and therefore its parent chain is hexane. So that's hexane minus E, plus obviously we have here C that bears the double bond O, and the same C, the same carbon atom here that bears the double bond O also bears an alcohol group, an OH group here. And therefore, our suffix here would be oic acid. This one is actually a carboxylic acid. And if we're going to follow this format, then our name here, or the name of this molecule, is 1-hexanoic acid. 1, because our C double bond OOH here can be found at carbon number 1. Now, in carboxylic acid, again, it's a C double bond OOH. Now, I have here this molecule, and let's analyze if this molecule is actually a carboxylic acid. Now, is this molecule carboxylic acid? The answer to that question is no. It's not a carboxylic acid. Why? Okay. As we mentioned a while ago, carboxylic acid functional group is C double bond OOH. The same carbon atom that bears the double bond O should also bear the OH or the alcohol group. In this case, the carbon atom that bears the double bond O is this carbon atom. Okay. However, the carbon atom that bears the OH group is this carbon atom. So we now have here different carbon atom that bears the OH group. Therefore, this one is not a carboxylic acid, but rather this is actually an organic compound with both aldehyde and alcohol group. Okay, but this one is not a carboxylic acid. Again, in carboxylic acid, the same carbon that bears the double bond O should also bear the OH or the alcohol group. Okay, now, in carboxylic acid, we have here the OH group. But what if, for example, we have here C double bond O and the same carbon bears an NH2, an amine group here? Is that still called carboxylic acid? Obviously, no. But that is actually now called an amide. Amides are primarily used in the production of many drugs. In fact, one type of antibiotic named penicillin is an example of amide. Now, just like the aldehyde, the functional group of amide is C double bond O, where this C double bond O can be found on the terminal side of the organic compound. However, the same carbon that bears the double bond O also bears an NH2 or amine group in amide. The name of amide follows the format alkane minus E plus amide. For example, let's have here a molecule which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, and therefore its parent chain is butane. So that's butane minus E, plus as we have noticed here, we have here C double bond O, and the same carbon atom that bears the double bond O also bears the amine group NH2. And therefore, the name of this compound is 1-butanamide. 1, because our C double bond O NH2 here, or the amide group, can be found at carbon number 1. Now take note that in amide, the carbon atom that bears the C double bond O NH2 will always be the carbon number 1. Let's have here another example. For this one, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atoms, and therefore its parent chain is pentane. So that's pentane minus E, plus obviously this one is actually an amide because of the existence of C double bond O NH2. Now the same carbon that bears the double bond O here, the carbon number 1 that bears the double bond O, also bears an NH2 group. So therefore this is actually an amide, and therefore the name of this compound is 1-pentanamide. 1, because our C double bond O NH2 here can be found at carbon number 1. Now let's have here this molecule. Is this molecule considered an amide? No, it's not. Why? Because although we have here C double bond O and NH2, still this C double bond O here and this NH2 can be found on different carbon numbers. The C double bond O can be found at carbon number 1, and the NH2 is attached at carbon number 2. Again, in amide, the same carbon atom that bears the double bond O also bears the NH2 or the amine group. Now earlier we already discussed the carboxylic acid, and we now know that the functional group of carboxylic acid is C double bond O, and the same carbon atom that bears the double bond O also bears the alcohol group or the OH group. Therefore, the functional group of carboxylic acid is C double bond OOH. And an example of carboxylic acid is this molecule. Okay, so we have here C double bond O, and the same carbon atom that bears the double bond O bears the OH or alcohol group. But what if, for example, we still have here the C double bond O, and we still have here the O, and we replace this H by another chain of carbon like this one. Instead of H, it is now replaced with another chain of carbon. Is it still a carboxylic acid? No, but we are going to call this an ester. Esters are used in the production of many flavoring agents like banana flavor, strawberry flavor, and apple flavor. The functional group of ester is C double bond O, O, and another chain of carbon. Again, that's C double bond O, O, and another chain of carbon. Now, as we have noticed here, we have here two chains of carbon. Okay, and because of that, the name of ester is divided into two. The first part of its name is actually this part, this chain of carbon that is attached to O but doesn't have the carbonyl group. Okay, and that is actually named as alkyl. Okay, it will have the suffix -il. And the second part of its name is this part, the part which has actually the carbonyl group, the C double bond O part. And its name follows the format alkane minus E plus O weight. Now, let's give here an example. Let's have here this molecule, and obviously this molecule has an ester functional group. This is actually the ester functional group, C double bond O, O, and another chain of carbon. Now, we have here two chains of carbon, this chain and this chain. The first chain here consists of the C double bond O, and the second chain is directly attached to oxygen but doesn't have the C double bond O. Okay, now for this one, this will be named as alkyl. It consists of two carbon atoms, and therefore its name should be ethane, right? It should be ethane. However, again, its name will follow only the prefix in ethane, that's eth, plus the suffix -il. So instead of ethane, this now will be named as ethyl. Okay, and for the second part of our organic compound here, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is not carbon. This one is not carbon atom. This one is not carbon atom. These lines here, okay, are actually bound to oxygen. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's butane minus E. Okay, plus, because this chain bears the C double bond O, then this one will be prefixed with O weight. And therefore, the name of this compound is ethyl butanoate. For our next example, let's have here this one. Okay, obviously this is also an ester because it consists of C double bond O, C double bond O, and then an O, and then another chain of carbon. Now for this one, the carbon, the side that contains the C double bond O is this side. Okay, and the side that doesn't contain the C double bond O is this side. Therefore, this side will be named as alkyl, and this side will now be named as alkane minus E plus O weight. Okay, in this case, this side consists of 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and therefore its name should be propane. However, again, our name should be alkyl. So we are just going to get the prefix for propane, and that is prop. So that's propyl, not propane. So that's propyl. And this one that contains the C double bond O will be named as alkane minus E plus O weight. In this case, it consists of 1, 2 carbon atoms, and therefore it should be ethane minus E plus O weight. So this side will be named as propyl ethanoate. So again, the one that bears the double bond O will be named as alkane minus E plus O weight, and the side that doesn't consist of the C double bond O but is directly attached to oxygen will be named as alkyl. Okay, so those are our 5 major carbonyl functional groups. So thank you for listening and good day.